happiness. What people really need is peace, joy, and contentment through gratitude and love. Love is a state of being which is no opposite. Happiness, on the other hand, is an emotion which can only exist in relation to its opposite, which is sadness. You want happiness, you can't help but to have sadness too. You can't have the one without the other. The spiritual laws will not allow that. One of the problems with our society is people are addicted to being happy all the time, which is impossible. So the pursuit for happiness becomes a struggle and stress itself. You end up being sad. People need to relax a bit, to be okay with being happy and sad. It is normal to be happy and sad and feeling depressed sometimes. You know, I go through happy and sad, sometimes feel depressed too. See, the idea is not to be always happy, but to reduce the amplitude of the happy-sad oscillation so we can have some moderation and balance.
Interesting. The ideal of our society is that you are happy all the time and that everything should be perfect. We're bombarded by this in advertising, the media, the idols we look to. This is, I can see, where we get the extreme stress we're under. We work so hard for that. So I do understand moderation in the middle way. Yet I see the role model to be always happy. Why can't we always be happy?
I'm willing to bet anything for anyone to find just one person who's always happy. If you look at the lives of the comedians, you will find that there are tragedies under the surface. That's the balance. I know there are a lot of books and seminars out there claiming to teach people the secret of being happy and positive all the time, which is impossible. Spiritual laws wouldn't allow that. Now, if they could really do that, they would be, number one, defeating the purpose of living itself, because we wouldn't learn anything if we were always happy. And number two, they would be defying spiritual laws. The law of polarity says anything in our lower world can only exist in relationship to its opposite. So happiness can only exist in a pair with sadness. You can't have the one without the other. And the law also says the yin and yang are constantly transforming into each other. So happiness eventually turns into sadness, and excitement and elation turns into depression. And this happens all the time with people taking drugs, and also with people coming out of some high energy events. You know, when they go home, they go back to work, they become depressed, unhappy and irritable, which can last for a long time until the dopamine effect balanced out. Now, the second reason we cannot be always happy is that positive emotions attract negative circumstances. For example, you got something done, you were so happy, you turn around and you found a parking ticket on your car. Or you closed a major business deal, you're so excited that you couldn't wait to go home to tell your spouse. But by the time you got home, your spouse was mad at you and just gave you a dressing down. Now, in extreme cases, extreme happiness attracts extreme unhappiness or tragedy. Remember last year in Ontario, there was this guy who ran a lottery. You know, as soon as he cashed his ticket for the lottery money, the police arrested him right there for past tax evasion. One of my mentors, who is a speaker and author, broke his leg when he was extremely happy. What happened was he went through a very painful divorce many years ago, and after that he always wanted to find a good wife. And he eventually met this gorgeous girl and fell in love, you know. At a very public event, he was on stage being the MC. He proposed to the girl in front of all the audience. when the girl said yes, he was in heaven. He was so happy and excited. The next thing you know, he came down the stairs and fell and broke his leg.
And this all occurred because of the law of polarity?
Partly, there is also the divine will at work. The will of God is equilibrium. God, and the universe or nature, always try to bring us down or up to the neutral, equilibrated state of balance. For instance, if somebody takes drugs, they get high. The feedback system in the body will try to dampen the effect of the drug. So the next time he takes the same amount of drug, he will not get the same high. So he's closer to the neutral state. But the person doesn't know that. He will keep increasing the amount of drug to get the same high. And what happens is that this person will just damage his body and mind more and more and fall into deeper and deeper depression. The high, the positive or the yang, the lower, the negative or the yin.